What's up, Peep Squad? Peep Squad is in the building, baby. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples, Peep Squad is in the building. Let's get down to the situation. Let's talk about Erica Mena and Safaree divorce. They haven't even been together for 2 whole years, and they're already filing for divorce, and they got 2 children. Lord have mercy. And Erica Mena wanted to go in and cuss out Wendy Williams and threaten Wendy Williams when Wendy Williams was only telling her she just needs to get a divorce and move on and move forward with her life and stop telling the blogs any and everything that's going on in her situation or posting to Instagram. So it looks like Erica Mena has taken Wendy Williams' advice, and she did file for a divorce in May. I was like, Lord have mercy. She wants full custody. She wants, to have full access of their marital home, and she wants to have exclusive access to their marital home. And she wants alimony too as well. But Safaree, he jumped into the situation, and he has some things to say, and he has petitioned the court too for what he wants. So it gets down to the situation where Safaree says that he does not care about their marital home, that Erica Mena can have the marital home, she can live in a marital home, and he does not want to be responsible for any, finance or mortgage or refinancing or anything of that nature for the property that she is going to be living in. But he does want equity from their marital property, maybe if she decides to sell the home or whatever, but he does not want to be responsible for the home financially at all, because he's not going to be using it and he's not going to be there. And also, Safaree is requesting to have joint custody, and he wants to be able to make parental decisions for his infant daughter and also their second baby that will be born next month. Also, Safaree says that he wants to have consistency. He wants to have uninterrupted parental and visitation with his children. So basically, he said he wants a consistency base of seeing his children, and he doesn't want it interrupted by any type of nonsense or any type of childness or any type of things that maybe he has been experiencing in the present day or the present time. So he wants to make sure that all that is consistent. He also wants to make sure that he maintains exclusive possession of their individual vehicles. So he wants his vehicles, Erica can have her vehicles, and that is that with that situation. And also, he wants any personal property acquired throughout their marriage individually be kept to Erica herself, and then his property be kept to himself. So basically, he wants anything that he has made or he has occurred or any financial gain that he has made while married to Erica, he wants to keep his individual portion, and he wants Erica to keep her individual portions too as well. I was like, damn. And also, Safaree is petitioning the court that not to give Erica Mena alimony. So basically, he doesn't want alimony, and he does not believe Erica Mena deserves alimony either. I was like, damn. And he also wants the court to petition, who's obligated to pay child support and how much they should pay, both of them. He doesn't want to be exclusively the only one paying child support. And if Erica's paying child support, then it should even out itself. So that's why he wants to have joint custody. So he doesn't have to pay child support and she doesn't have to pay child support, but they may have to pay for like different schoolings, different, extracurriculum activity that they might want their children to do. But in any event, they haven't even been married for 2 whole years. Like, damn, like what's going on with that situation? It was doomed from the start. It was doomed from the beginning. Erica Mena said her father told her, before he died, or she had a dream that he told her that, Safaree was the one. I guess that dream wasn't true. I guess that dream was a lie, because y'all are already getting divorced. Like, damn, this quick, this fast. You guys fell out of love that quick. You didn't, no working it out, no counseling, no nothing. It's just like, baby, that they both may have been very unhappy for a long time, and they were out here perpetrating on Instagram, on YouTube, basically saying they have the healthy relationship, they love each other, he's the love of my life, he's everything. And Safaree said, I love her, she's the best thing. It was all about the money, in my opinion, and the shit fell apart because, COVID hit, the reality TV show stopped it, and, doing the performance and getting booked and getting busy, for appearances, that stopped too as well. And must have got hard out here in these streets, and they was in that house together, and baby, that house is beautiful. But I don't know how Erica is going to manage that big old house with two babies. You know what I mean? That's just like, she needs something that is more, adequate for her and the baby too as well. That's just a whole lot going on, unless she's only going to occupy a portion of the house and the rest of the house is just going to be empty, and paying all that electricity, paying all the gas bill and everything else, and the maintenance and the property tax. That's a whole lot. But maybe it's cheap down there where they live at. But in any event, that is the situation. So you guys let me know what you think about that. And let's move on to Miss Kandi Burruss. Kandi Burruss, recently her restaurant was closed. She closed Blaze Steak and Seafood because it was in violations of some codes. So she closed it down to get everything, back together. And baby, she barely passed the test. I was like, Lord have mercy. What is going on with this situation? Like, this is crazy. But in any event, let's just talk about this. When Blaze Steakhouse and Seafood on the 12th of 4th, 2020, it received a score of 88, which is a B from the health department or the inspector and their report. But then on the 5th, the 1921, it received a 5, grade a U, like unacceptable, like what's going on. And recently, they got another inspection and they received a 77, which is a C. So it's much better, than it was on the 5th, the 1921. A 55 is like, damn. But in any event, I don't know what's going on with this situation, but it's like, what is happening? What's going on over there, Kandi? What's going on, Tour Talker? When you have people work for you, sometimes, they're adequate and sometimes they're not. And you can't be there 24/7, 7 days a week. So in any event, whoever you put in charge and who's ever the manager of the place is supposed to be able to run the place and basically make sure all the staff is trained. But, sometimes people fall short, and they fell short, but they fell short and still passed with a grade of a C. So the 5th, the 28th, 2021 is the new inspection date. And they only received a C. And so one of the things that the inspector noticed and basically took away points for was there were 2 unidentified bottles, cleaning bottles with substance in the bottle, but it had no label and they didn't know what was in the bottles. That's the one thing they did. And also proper hot holding temperatures out of compliance. So basically, there may have been some food that was ready to eat, that was hot, that was already cooked, and it needed to be maintained at a certain temperature before it reaches the plates of individuals that ordered the food. And the inspector said that they was out of compliance with that situation. And also the inspector said, working containers of food and labels. So basically there was some containers that wasn't labeled, like flour, like sugar, things of that nature. Baking soda wasn't labeled, so that was a problem. And so they took away points for that. And also the inspector found expired buttermilk because it was expired, and so that was the situation. They threw away the buttermilk. And I believe with working containers, food labels like sugar and flour that were not labeled, they end up putting the labels on while the inspector was there. That's what it seems like in the report. And also the inspector had a problem with the method of fish, throwing out fish and the proper way to throw out fish, because there were fish being thrown out and basically it wasn't up to par, wasn't up to code. And the inspector gave them a brief demonstration on how to do that with running water and then storing the fish into a temperature that is supposed to be stored at when you are trying to defrost frozen items. So that was a problem. They got points deducted for that, but also it was fixed on scene and on site. And also the inspector noticed that there were a leak coming from the ceiling. So there was leaking, or water leaking coming from the ceiling. And so I guess they fixed that on site, because it said repaired on site. So as the inspector was there, there were people that was there that were able to fix these non-compliant situations right in front of the inspector. So this is why they was able to pass, because the people just didn't come out of nowhere. They were already there, probably willing and able and ready to work. The inspector just came through, but luckily they had maintenance there. So that was a situation. And also the inspector observed light shield dangling. So there was a light shield dangling in the storage area, or where they store like silverware, or where they store, you know, condiments and things of that nature. And they basically did not like the way that the light chandelier was dangling and how it was looking. And it wasn't a protective type of bulb or light that had a shield on it, and it was dangling. So they had to repair that, and that was repaired on site, and that was fixed. So there was a whole lot going on with that situation. But in any event, they have no rodents or no animals present, but they were also, you know, points was deducted from their inspection because there was a door open. So there was a door open, you know, to the restaurant that led outside to the public. And the inspector said that that's not good. All doors should be locked unless it's like a huge, you know, gigantic ball place, like a huge place. And for this place where Blaze steak and seafood restaurants, it's not that big. So the door should be set because shut or locked or closed, and not ajar or open, because that's how you can retrieve, you know, insects, pests, animals, and rodents. But in any event, the inspector did not observe any type of pests or insects in the restaurant. So I was just like, damn. But at least she got it open, and hopefully, you know, they keep working on the situation. They keep working, they keep getting better, keep hiring the right staff, keep training their staff too as well, because people out here need jobs. And, you know, there's a detailed report if you go to, you know, the website that you see on the screen, and you could see all the marks that the inspector made, what the inspector said, and, you know, things that were repaired on site. You know, so that was a good situation. Also, the inspector said the person that was the manager at the time was well knowledgeable about a lot of different things too as well. So in any event, you guys let me know what you think about this situation. You can go right to the website. Welcome to the Fulton County Public Health Inspection page. And then once you click on that, you can get a detailed, you know, list of things that were worked on, things that needed to be worked on. But these are the major, you know, non-compliance issues that Blaze Steak and Seafood Restaurant face. So thank you guys. Peace and love. But in any event, I guarantee you that some of these restaurants that I know that I go to out here, I know the inspectors is not going there, and I know that they ain't that clean. But I don't know if they're giving Candy a hard time or what the case may be. But, you know, I know you guys said that, oh, these violations are crazy, but shit, I done seen some crazy shit.